After discussing the theorems related to radius, diameter, and tangents, we will now talk about arcs and angles. Let's first create a circle. Let's have point A, then point B. Let's create a circle. And then let's locate another point. In this case, let's locate point C. There are two arcs determined by points B and C. By the way, arc is defined as the part of the circle included between 2 points. The shorter one is called a minor arc. So this one, arc BC, is a minor arc. We call it minor arc BC. The longer one is called the major arc. And we call it the major arc BC or major arc BC. Note that major arc should cover more than half of the circle. But most of the time, we use the notation BC, this one. But I think it will be very confusing for us to determine which arc you are referring to. Pwede kasing itong maliit or pwedeng malaki. Now, for our class, kapag nakakita kayo ng ganitong notation, for example, arc BC, we will always be referring to the minor arc unless otherwise it's specified. So again, if it's just BC, then we are referring to the minor arc. To indicate the major arc, for example, just in case you still want to use this type of notation na walang nakalagay na minor or major arc sa simula, then all you have to do is to locate another point, let's say point D, and then to indicate the major arc, let's just put D inside and it will be called arc BDC. Let's have two radii, BA and CA. This angle over here is called a central angle. Central angle is an angle whose vertex is the center of the circle and whose sides are radii. In this case, angle BAC is a central angle. And arc BC is said to be the intercepted arc, or is said to be intercepted by angle BAC. Now, aside from angle BAC, we also have angle CAD, which is also a central angle. Angle BAD is also a central angle. Arcs can be measured in terms of degrees or in terms of its length. Pero doon muna tayo sa degrees. The number of degrees in an arc is equal to the angle measure of the central angle intercepting it. So for example, angle BAC measures 50 degrees. So ibig sabihin, arc BC also measures 50 degrees. So for example, angle CAD measures 100 degrees. Ibig sabihin, arc CD also measures 100 degrees. Okay, by the way, a central angle whose measure is 180 degrees is called a straight angle. And each of these arcs na form or nagawa dahil meron kang 2 points in this case it's B and F, are called semicircles. So yung arc BCF and also arc BDF are all semicircles. Consider angle CDB. Angle CDB is called an inscribed angle. By definition, an inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on a circle and whose sides are chords of the circle. In this case, again, angle BDC is an inscribed angle intercepting arc BC. And for the first part of this video, we're going to talk about the theorems related to inscribed angles. The first theorem for inscribed angles, theorem number 1, states that an inscribed angle is 1/2 of its intercepted arc. So in this case, angle BDC is equal to 1/2 of the degree measure of arc BC. Now, to prove theorem number 1, we can consider 3 cases. The first case is when the center is on the inscribed angle, just like this one. The second case is when the center is inside the inscribed angle, just like this one. And the third case is when the center is outside the inscribed angle. It's like this one or this one. I'll be proving theorem number 1 using case number 1. And then for cases number 2 and 3, we will do that as an exercise in class. Show theorem number 1 using case number 1. And for this one, let's show that angle CDB is equal to 1/2 of arc BC. For convenience, like i-mark natin yung mga angles. Say for example, this is X degrees. This is X degrees. And let's draw CA. Okay, now, alam natin that CA is congruent to AD because they are both radius. They are both radii of the same circle. Therefore, triangle CAD is an isosceles triangle. Therefore, this is also X degrees. Tama? That is also X degrees because of the isosceles triangle theorem. Now, Let's call this y degrees. The central angle BAC, let's call it y degrees, which actually this is also y degrees. Syempre, yung central angle equal lang yun sa intercepted arc. Now, by the exterior angle theorem, remember the exterior angle theorem? By the exterior angle theorem, we know that y is equal to x plus x degrees. Now, remember the exterior angle theorem? Sabi doon, ito daw exterior angle na to, si y, is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So, equal siya sa this remote interior angle and this remote interior angle. So, y is equal to x plus x, or y is equal to 2x degrees, and then divide everything by 2. You will get x is equal to 1/2 of y degrees. Let's substitute. X is angle CDB. Angle CDB is equal to 1/2 of y degrees, which is also equivalent to arc BC. And that's the proof of theorem number 1 using the first case. Let's have some examples. Let's have example number 1, and all we have to do is to look for the value of x. Remember, the measure of the inscribed angle is equal to 1/2 of the intercepted arc. So in this case, angle ABC, which is the intercepted, in this case, angle ABC, which is the inscribed angle, is equal to 1/2 of the intercepted arc, which is arc AC. But ang problema natin, wala pa tayong measurement ni arc AC. We know that angle ABC is x. Wala tayong measure ni AC, no? But alam natin that angle AOC is a central angle at equal lang yon sa measurement ng, at yung measure ng arc na nai-intercept ng central angle is actually equal to the angle measure of the central angle. So in this case, this is also 140 degrees. Ibig sabihin, x degrees is equal to 1/2 of 140 degrees, and x degrees is equal to 70 degrees. Ang tanong dito is find the value of x, so therefore, x is equal to 70. Let's have example number 2. So for this one, again, let's get the value of x pa rin. By theorem number 1, we know that angle ABC, which is the inscribed angle, is equivalent to 1/2 of the intercepted arc, which is our arc AC. Arc ABC measures 65 degrees. That's the inscribed angle, which is equivalent to 1/2 of AC, which measures x degrees. Now, to get the value of x, all you have to do is to multiply everything by 2. So therefore, x degrees is equal to 130 degrees. Again, you're going to look for the value of x. Therefore, x is equal to 130. Let's have example number 3 for inscribed angles. Again, solve for the value of x. From the first theorem on inscribed angles, we know that angle ABC or x, angle ABC, is equal to 1/2 of arc AC. Now, pero wala pa tayong arc AC. Meron tayong angle ABC, which is x degrees, but we don't know the degree measure of arc AC. But we have here 160 and 100. Remember, the total degree measure of one whole circle is 360 degrees. So, para makuha natin tong AC, alam na natin yung 160 from A to B, and arc BC also measures 100 degrees. So, we're going to look for AC by subtracting 160 and 100 from 360. So, in this case, arc AC is equal to 360 degrees minus 160 minus 100. So, therefore, arc AC measures 100 degrees. So, we can now substitute here 1/2 times 100 degrees. Therefore, x degrees is equal to 50 degrees. Since we're going to look for the value of x, therefore, x is equal to 50.